The things we are witnessing, ladies and gentlemen, worldwide, the world have never seen anything like this. What's happening right now? What's happening on the earth right now, we have never seen it like this. Another monster hurricane is in the Atlantic. Another monster hurricane is in the Atlantic. Hurricane Jose at category 4. And for the first time on record, there are 2 category 4 hurricane in the Atlantic. And right now, the monster hurricane Irma is now category 4, over 150 miles per hour, is heading to the USA mainland, Florida, Georgia, the Carolinas, and different parts of the US. And Florida is on the mass evacuation. The hurricane Irma, monster hurricane Irma, is referred to as a nuclear hurricane. Not only that this hurricane, in the path of this hurricane, there are 2 nuclear plants. The people are evacuating. There's no gas, the mass evacuation, and at the same time the gas stations are out of gas, and it's just chaos and crisis. And what we have to do is just look to God. It's not looking good. What is very interesting in what is happening in this time is the superlatives: strongest, biggest, longest. And this is just happening on the earth right now. We are seeing the highest and we are seeing the superlatives coming into play as these calamities ravage the earth. What we see happening in the monster hurricane Irma happened in the Northeast Caribbean. Entire islands destroy. St. Martin, Barbuda, entire islands destroyed. And not only that, what is worse is that monster hurricane Jose is on the same path of monster hurricane Irma. Jose, which is now category 4, is on the same path of Irma. So it set sight for the Leeward Islands or the Northeastern Caribbean. Now, God revealed these things before, that there's an urgent call from Northeast Caribbean, and the prophecy of the storm and the wind and the flood and major distress, and we see it happening. Mankind, is time to look to God. This is out of this world. Hurricane Irma, the strongest hurricane to be in the Atlantic. Listen to the superlative: the strongest hurricane to be in the Atlantic in many years. Now we have 2 category 4 storm in the Atlantic at the same time, the first on record. And this continues to escalate, and just not only is there hurricane manifesting the superlatives, we see right there in Mexico the strongest earthquake, the strongest and the biggest earthquake in Mexico just a few hours ago in 100 years. Just happened in Mexico. Monster earthquake at 8.4 ravaging Mexico. Over 50 million affected. What is happening on the earth, mankind? What is happening on the earth? It's the strongest, biggest earthquake. We see the strongest, longest and most intense hurricane and earthquake. Not only that, the largest fire ever in California history just happened in this month of September. We see the cataclysmic, catastrophic Harvey just happened in Texas, and right now the USA is bracing for the worst in Florida. They said every major city will be affected. The rain and the surge, the water surge can go up to 20 feet. Right now in Mexico, they are bracing for a tsunami from that massive earthquake. The earth is in chaos, is in pandemonium, and God has sent his prophetic word. Right there in Mexico, God gave a prophecy for Mexico. He said, Mexico, major distress is coming. These things was prophesied before. God spoke it before. And right now we must understand the time that we are in. What the Bible said, a wise man's heart discerneth both time and judgment. What time is it, folks? What's about to come to South USA was prophesied. What happened in Mexico was prophesied. What happened in the northeastern Caribbean was prophesied. What happened in Puerto Rico was prophesied in detail. Slam dunk, bullseye. God spoke it. God gave the prophecy in Puerto Rico. God gave northeastern Caribbean. God gave the Caribbean flood. God gave the prophecy of South USA with Harvey. He said Harvey would be a precursor. What more does mankind want to hear? To turn to God. Right there in Georgia, it was prophesied that a 9-hour judgment is coming upon the earth, or is coming upon South USA and coming upon the earth. And right there, Harvey, the hurricane is 9 letters. It struck 9:45, and right now we are seeing the 9-hour judgment upon the earth in the 9th month. We have seen everything is climactic. Why in the 9th month? The monster, the strongest hurricane ever in the Atlantic, ever. In the 9th month, God said Harvey is a precursor. And in the 9th month, as the 9th month hit, the strongest hurricane. We see in 100 years, the worst and biggest earthquake in Mexico. We are seeing a hurricane registering as an earthquake on the seismometer. It's the 9th hour and it's happening in the 9th month. This is a 9th hour judgment on the earth. And what God is saying, mankind, it's time to repent. It's time to turn to God. God said, I have long time held my peace. I have been still, but now I will cry like a travailing woman. It's time to look to God. It's time to entreat God. It's time to repent and turn to God. Not because of the storm or the hurricane, but it's time to turn our hearts back to God. After the hurricane and the storm, serve God, because it's about to get worse. What we are saying, it's the 9th hour. It's a 9-hour judgment that is upon the earth, folks. And it's time to look to God. It's getting worse. Harvey, not only Irma and Jose out there, Hurricane Katia is in the Gulf of Mexico right now. They are still reeling from the effects of Harvey right now. And Irma